The Disney Channel original movie series Descendants maybe should have ended as a trilogy. But it didn't. Out of the rabbit hole came a fourth film, introducing a new main cast of villain and hero nepo babies. These are Descendants, The Rise of Red movie reviews. Rita Ora threatens to release Descendants 4. No chillin' like a villain, so no 5 stars. Cinderella is beheaded by a fascist dictator in this, by the way. I am a little fairy tale fan who's starving to death in the current film climate, and I love my anticlimactic official Disney fanfic slop that should have been Yuri. Yum, yum, yum. They'll never be her. Ever After High. The de-gayification of Descendants. Cause why did I not feel like everybody was about to make out with each other like I did with the original? Close enough. Welcome back, Meavy. I still hate that this makes no sense with the rest of the Descendants lore, but if this came out 10 years ago when I was 9, I would have had a major crush on Red, so 1.5 stars for her alone. Of course you have red hair and pronouns. Those colors are blinding my eyes. This kind of felt like I was watching a Disney princess rap battle on YouTube, with the insane amount of rap and dance battles in this movie. However, this movie desperately makes me want to dye my hair and wear monochromatic outfits to match. Costumes bad, storyline bad, songs bad, choreography bad, Maleficent's fringe, 8. Aw hell nah, they gone and turned Hook into a twink. Young Hades was the only good thing about this movie. Shout out to the guy who barked. He needed more screen time. Why Ursula's sister and not just Ursula? No way, Uliana said they needed a prank worse than literally burning Bridget alive, and they came up with making her look ugly. Young Queen of Hearts is so Pinkie Pie coded. The Queen of Hearts was the first victim of a teenage homoerotic codependent friendship. Canon that the Queen of Hearts isn't actually British, she just likes talking like that. Turning into a villain canonically causes people to develop a British accent. My sister would like y'all to know that she used to make music videos of Rita Ora's songs in Roblox. You'd think Uma would know better and expect some bullshit to go down when inviting a previously unredeemed villain to the cookout. Not to victim blame, but I mean... The only returning cast member being Uma, meaning China Anne McClain is the only one who had nothing better to do. This is the worst timeline. She was supposed to be the biggest pop star of our time. Love Ain't It is quite possibly the most sauceless song I've ever heard. Your mom is literally evil and kills people, but your main issue with her is that she doesn't let you eat what you want and sleep when you want. Also, who the heck are Chad's parents? 'Cause something isn't adding up here. Descendants, the rise of plot holes and unanswered questions. How was Chad born? Why and how did Ella and the fairy godmother go to school together? Why did they make Jasmine and Aladdin high school sweethearts? No! Jalandon, you will never be Jarlos. There was no prank. Bridget was traumatized so much from Jaladin that she became evil. Is it just me, or does this movie completely disregard the lore of the original trilogy? Like, the concept of Descendants is that all the fairy tales happened as they do in their respective Disney movies. Then the kingdoms all combined to form the United States of Auradon, and then the villains were banished to the Isle of the Lost, and the next generation started going to Auradon Prep together. It doesn't make sense for characters from completely different stories to be going to school together and interacting before that point, let alone for the original stories to play out differently, such as with Ella and Charming. Also, why were Maleficent and Hades a couple? The impression given in Descendants 3 is that they had a fling, but Hades realized he couldn't stand Maleficent and left, not that he suddenly dipped from a long-term relationship. But whatever, I'm not writing a 10-paragraph review on this movie of all things. All I care about is how the Queen of Hearts drove that fuck-ass truck herself. Fascism be damned, my girl can floor it. Goody goody feels like such a slur. That's why you're gonna end up evil like your mom. That's why your mom's dead. So, did Cinderella and the Queen of Hearts end up discussing why their daughters happened to look the exact same as the 2 transfer students from over 10 years ago? Them glass slippers ugly AF. Bringing Brandy back as Cinderella and then giving her 5 minutes of screen time is criminal. Why didn't they just bring Alice's daughter over instead of Cinderella's daughter? That would have been so much more interesting and makes so much more sense for this story. Like, you can even use the same colors. Why are their wigs bigger than my future? If you take a shot every time Chloe's wig changes, you'd have alcohol poisoning. Let the red and blue-haired lesbians kiss. This is like Fireboy and Watergirl, but with lesbians. Kenny Ortega, if you can hear us, please, Kenny Ortega, please save me, Kenny Ortega. Someone at Disney should have said bibbidi-boppity no to this movie. From the very beginning, the entire movie is leading up to a school dance where an infamous prank took place that turned Bridget into the evil dictator queen. Cinderella was somehow responsible, but we don't actually know what happened. Early on, it's set up that Prince Charming likes Cinderella and he asks her to go to the dance, but Cinderella refuses and instead chooses to go with her best friend Bridget. A textbook setup that will surely lead to Cinderella choosing Prince Charming at the expense of her best friend, right? Meanwhile, evil tentacle lady, who I forget the name of, wants revenge on Bridget for random reasons that involve cupcakes. She asks a magic mirror for the best way to get revenge, and it shows a vision of an evil cookbook that could somehow be involved in a prank at the dance. So naturally, our protagonists see this and decide to steal the cookbook first. After a battle, they succeed and return with the cookbook to their rooms. It seems like they've won, when suddenly, the movie ends. They return home and have some underwhelming dance number about friendship or something. The dance isn't mentioned. We don't see Cinderella or Bridget again. Nothing. Maybe they ran out of budget or time and had to rewrite the end of the movie to take out the whole climax. Maybe the producers thought the movie was too long. Anyways, something catastrophic clearly happened in the writer's room. You're telling me that the climax of the movie was Merlin's office? Rest in peace, Castle Coming Dance. Okay, so Castle Coming, never Castle Came. The movie wasn't terrible, it was genuinely pretty good for a kid's movie, but what got me annoyed was that it has a massive plot hole. All I could think about was if the VKs actually got the book in the original timeline, it would have frozen them. And if they were frozen, there's no way they could have gone through with the prank, which means someone else must have done it. This leaves me with so many questions. Who else was involved? Was there another group or person with their own agenda? The whole prank hinges on an impossible scenario if the VKs were incapacitated by the book. It makes the end feel unsatisfying.
But what if we go back and my mom is still my mom?
Well, there's 7 minutes left, so I'm like 99% sure you did, but I'll ponder with you, I guess. You mean to tell me that nothing happens and changing history did not create a larger problem? Why the f*** did Rita Ora become a used tampon?
You didn't think that was the end of the story, did you?
It better be. Please do not rise, Red. Fall. Was this movie good? No. Will I still be seated for the next Descendants movie? Absolutely. Big thank you to my Patreon members, my little ruse. Kuski55, Fallen Vexen, Sam, Donka42, I Am a Noodle, John Huang, Fantastic Wreck, Night Avenger, Mintara, Ember, Somnophobic Danny, and Ms. Fish. Thank you so much for your extra support on Patreon. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are doing really well, and know that I appreciate you very, very, very much. And the same goes to my YouTube channel members, my mini ruse, AD, Taylor Thompson, Foxstar Killer, Logan, and This Person 10. Thank you so much for your extra support. I'm so glad to have you be a part of my channel. I wish you all the very best, and I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for being here. And thank you to everyone else for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you enjoyed Descendants 4 or not. I had a good time watching it, but I do agree the plot is pretty horrible. I still look forward to seeing more Descendants movies in the future if they're gonna keep making them. I don't care if they're bad, I'm gonna be entertained. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you'll have a fantastic week until I see you in the next video. Bye for now.